He'd faced protesters before, shouts and signs were just noise to drown out with a bigger roar. But when a single voice cut through Donald Trump's rally, calm and unyielding, he didn't shut it down. What she said backstage and how it echoed in him started a change he never saw coming, and it's a story that might stay with you too. The rally pulsed with life, the kind Donald Trump knew like his own heartbeat. The arena in Raleigh was packed, flags waving, phones flashing, the air thick with chants and heat. He stood at the podium, mid-stride in a speech he'd half-scripted, half-winged, the crowd hanging on every word. He knew the game. Pause here, grin there. Drop a line to make the news hum. Years of instinct guided him, the rhythm as natural as breathing. "We're winning, folks," he said, voice booming. "Biggest comeback ever. Nobody does it better." The cheers rolled in, loud and wild, just how he liked it. Then it happened. A voice sliced through. Not yelling, not frantic, just clear as a bell. "What about the ones you left behind?" The crowd shifted, heads turning, a ripple cutting the noise. Trump stopped, squinting into the sea of faces. A woman stood near the back, mid-30s maybe, holding a sign, "My town's dying. You promised jobs." Boos erupted fast. "Get her out." "Shut up." Security weaving through, arms ready. She didn't budge. Her eyes locked on him, steady, not angry, just waiting. Trump watched her, the boos fading to a hum in his ears. Something about her, calm, firm, threw him. He'd seen plenty of protesters, screamers, criers, the usual mess. This was different. He raised a hand, the crowd quieting, security freezing mid-step. "Hold up," he said into the mic, pointing. "What's your name?" She blinked, like she hadn't expected it. The arena went still, phones zooming in. "Clara," she said, voice carrying clean over the hush. "Clara," Trump repeated, nodding. "You've got guts, Clara. Takes a lot to stand up here." A few laughs broke out, some grumbles too. He waved them off. "Let her stay," he said, then leaned in, smirking. "Backstage, after, I want to hear what she's got." "Deal?" Gasps spread, his staff exchanging looks, stunned, unsure. He turned back to the crowd. "Now, where were we?" "Winning, right?" The rally rolled on, but the air had shifted. He powered through jobs, borders, the usual hits, but Clara's voice stuck, a splinter in his mind. "What about the ones you left behind?" He'd heard it before, letters, tweets, noise he brushed off. This time, it landed different, quiet, real, like a tap on the shoulder he couldn't ignore. 30 minutes later, the crowd thinned out, the arena emptying into the Carolina night. Trump walked backstage, the secure room a stark switch, low lights, black walls, a pitcher of water sweating on a table. His team hovered by the door, whispering, phones buzzing. "She's here," one said, hesitant. "You sure about this, sir?" "Bring her in," Trump said, sitting down. He didn't repeat himself. Clara stepped through, no entourage, no fuss, just her. Denim jacket, sign under her arm. Her hair was dark, pulled back, her face tired, but set. He motioned to the chair across. "Sit," he said. She did, the silence thick between them. He broke it first. "Your town," he said, leaning forward, elbows on his knees. "What's the deal?" She didn't flinch, just met his eyes. "Harriston, West Virginia," she said, voice steady. "Cole's gone, jobs went with it. You said you'd bring M back. We're still waiting." Trump nodded, slow. "Go on. My dad worked the mines till they shut down," she said. "Lost his house after. Bank took it. He's at a motel now, barely eats. My sister's got 2 kids, no daycare, no work. We believed you, voted for you. Now it's just nothing." She paused, swallowing. "I don't hate you. I just needed you to know." He sat back, her words hitting quiet but hard. Nothing loud, no tears, just facts, raw and plain. His mouth tightened. "My dad," he said, surprising himself, "lost a lot too. Bad deals, tough times. I was a kid, didn't get it. Thought he'd bounce back. He didn't, not all the way. Clara blinked, caught off guard. Didn't know that. Most don't, he said, voice low. He'd never said it out loud, not like this. Fred came up more. Sure, but his dad's struggles? Buried deep, ignored. They sat there, the silence heavy but not awkward. What did you want me to do? He asked finally. One thing, fix what? She thought, her hands tightening on the sign. Give us a way to live, she said. Not promises, jobs, real ones. Something so we're not just ghosts. He nodded, slow, her words sticking, ghosts. You're tougher than half the suits I deal with, he said, standing. He held out his hand. She shook it, firm, no hesitation. Thanks, Clara, he said, for not screaming, just saying it straight. For what? She asked, standing too. For being real, he said, simple. She gave a small nod, then left, the door clicking shut behind her. Trump sank back into the chair, alone now, the room dead quiet. Ghosts, left behind. Her voice echoed, soft but unshakable, cutting through years of noise or rallies, deals, wins. He pulled a notepad from his pocket, scrawled 5 words. Don't leave them behind. He stared at it, then tucked it away. The team came back, buzzing about the next stop, but he waved them off. Get me the number for a job program in West Virginia, he said, voice firm. Now? Yeah, now. Someone fumbled a phone, dialing fast. When a voice answered, Trump took it. This is Donald Trump, he said, plain. What's it take to get jobs moving, real ones, fast? The guy stammered, resources, training, funds. Done, Trump said. You'll hear from me tomorrow. He hung up, no tweets, no press, just silence, and a note in his pocket that wouldn't let go. Outside, the night deepened, the rally's roar long gone. Trump stepped into the car, Mike behind the wheel. Good one, Mike asked, pulling out. Yeah, Trump said, staring out the window. Different though, real different. The note burned in his pocket, Clara's face stuck in his head, calm, steady, waiting. He'd built a life on noise, but tonight, the quiet spoke louder, and he didn't know where it'd take him, not yet. The SUV rolled through Raleigh's quiet streets, the rally's echo fading into the hum of tires on asphalt. Donald Trump sat in the back, the notebook still tucked under his arm, though he hadn't opened it since Clara left. Mike drove steady, the dashboard glow catching his eyes in the rearview. The city lights streaked past, neon signs, street lamps, a diner blinking open late. Trump leaned against the window, the cool glass pressing into his forehead. Clara's voice wouldn't let go. My town's dying. You promised jobs. It wasn't loud, wasn't a scream, just steady, like a heartbeat he hadn't noticed till now. You're quiet back there, Mike said, breaking the silence. His tone was light, but his glance was sharp, reading him like always. That girl get to you? Trump shifted, rubbing his jaw. Yeah, maybe. Clara, tough one. Stood there, no yelling, just said it. Got me thinking. Thinking what? Mike asked, easing through a turn. You've heard stuff like that before, letters, signs. What's different? Dunno, Trump said, honest. She wasn't mad, just real. Said her town's gone, her dad's broke, sister's stuck. Looked me dead in the eye, we believed you. Hits different when it's right there. Mike nodded, slow. Face to face does that. My cousin's in Ohio, factory closed, same story. You don't feel it till it's family. Family, Trump echoed, his mind flicking back. She talked about her dad, lost everything. Reminded me of mine, tough guy, but he had rough patches. I was a kid, didn't see it till later. He paused, surprised he'd said it. Never told anybody that. Mike smirked, keeping his eyes on the road. First time for everything. She shake you up that bad. Bad? Trump snorted, leaning back. Not bad, just off. Wrote something down. Don't leave them behind. Keeps rattling around. She said they're ghosts forgotten. I don't forget, Mike. I win. Sure, Mike said, shrugging. But winning's big crowds headlines. She's talking small towns, people. Maybe that's the off part. Trump didn't answer right away, his fingers tapping the notebook. Small. He'd always gone big, towers, deals, the White House. Small was details, stuff he delegated. But Clara's face, calm, tired, waiting, stuck, and her words weren't details he could shrug off. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Called some job folks, told M to move fast. Felt right. Good move, Mike said, pulling onto the highway. She'd like that real stuff, not talk. You gonna keep it quiet? For now, Trump said, staring out. No press, no noise, just doing it. Weird, right? Me, quiet. Mike chuckled, low and rough. Weird's one word for it. Good weird, though. You're still you, just listening more. Listening, Trump said, half smirking. Not my thing, talking's my game. Always has been. But she didn't shout, just sat there, said it. Got me. That's the trick, Mike said, merging into traffic. Quiet cuts deeper, my old man used to say that. Yell, and people tune out. Whisper, and they lean in. Trump grunted, the idea sinking in. Whisper. Clara hadn't yelled, didn't need to. Her voice was soft, steady, and it had punched through the rally's roar like nothing else. He pulled the notepad from his pocket, flipping it open. Don't leave them behind. He stared at it, the ink smudged from his thumb. Ghosts, her word, lingered, tugging at something he hadn't touched in years. The car hummed along, the highway dark and wide, Raleigh shrinking in the distance. Mike turned the radio low, some old country tune, twangy and soft. Trump leaned back, the notebook on his lap. You ever lose somebody like that, he asked, voice rougher than he meant. Somebody you didn't see falling? Mike didn't answer quick, his grip tightening on the wheel. Yeah, he said finally. Buddy from high school, army guy. Came back, seemed fine. Drank too much one night, didn't wake up. Thought he'd shake it, didn't. Trump nodded, slow. Clara's dad, he's still here, but she's losing him. Said he barely eats motel life. I didn't see my dad's cracks either. Thought he was tough, like me. Tough hides a lot, Mike said, glancing back. You're seeing it now, hers, his. That's something. Something, Trump muttered, flipping the notepad closed. Seeing it. He'd never looked too busy building winning. But Clara's calm, her story, it was peeling back a layer he'd ignored. Yeah, he said, half to himself. Maybe. The car rolled into Bedminster's gates, the house glowing soft against the night. Mike pulled up, cutting the engine. Home sweet home, he said, turning. You good, boss? Yeah, Trump said, grabbing the notebook. Just off, like I said. See you tomorrow, get some sleep. Will do, Mike said, grinning. You too. Don't stay up brooding over that note. Brooding. Trump smirked, stepping out. Not my style. Night. The car pulled away, taillights fading into the dark. He stood there a minute, the cool air sharp on his face, the notebook warm in his hand. The house loomed quiet, steady, a world away from the rally's chaos. He pushed the door open, the smell of coffee lingering from earlier. Melania was in the living room, curled on the couch with a book, the TV off. She looked up, her sharp eyes catching him quick. Late one, she said, setting the book down. Rally good. Yeah, Trump said, kicking off his shoes. Different though. Got a story, protester, Clara. Shook me up. Shook you. She raised an eyebrow, sitting up. That's new. What did she do? Stood there, he said, sinking onto the couch beside her. No yelling, just said her town's dead, job's gone. Looked me in the eye, we believed you. Wrote this, he pulled out the notepad, showing her. Don't leave them behind. Keep sticking. Melania took it, her fingers brushing the ink. Real, she said, soft. Not loud, just real. She got to you. Yeah, he said, leaning back. Didn't expect it. Called some job folks, told M to move fast. No press, just doing it. She smiled, faint but warm. That's you, fixing it. But quieter this time. Good different. Quieter, he echoed, smirking. Not my thing, talking loud's me. But she didn't shout, just sat there, said it. Now it's in my head. Let it stay, she said, handing the notepad back. Real's rare, you're hearing it. Sleep on it, you look beat. He nodded, the notebook in his lap. Yeah, night. He stood, heading upstairs, her words lingering. Real's rare. Barron's door was cracked, the kids' snores drifting out. Trump paused, peeking in calm, steady, like Clara's voice. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was there, a quiet he couldn't shake. Back in his room, he set the notepad on the nightstand, staring at it. Don't leave them behind. He didn't turn on the TV, didn't check his phone, just sat in the dark, letting it sink in. The rally's noise was gone, and for once he didn't feel it. Clara's whisper stayed, soft and real, and it was louder than anything he'd heard in years. The Bedminster study was a cocoon of dark wood and soft light, the kind of place Donald Trump retreated to when the world got too loud. He sat at the desk, the notepad open in front of him, "Don't leave them behind" scrawled in his own jagged ink. The house was quiet, Melania asleep upstairs, Barron out cold, the clock ticking past midnight. Outside, the trees rustled in the October wind, their shadows dancing on the lawn. He sipped a glass of water, no coffee this late, not tonight, and stared at the words, Clara's voice looping in his head like a song he couldn't shake. He leaned back, the leather chair creaking under him. The rally felt a world away, crowds, cheers, the rush he'd always thrived on. Now it was just this, him, a notepad, and a quiet that wouldn't quit. My town's dying. You promised jobs. She'd said it calm, no tears, no rage, just steady, like she'd carried it too long to yell. He'd brushed off stuff like that before, letters, calls, noise he handed to aides. This time, it stuck, digging into him like a burr he couldn't pull out. He flipped the notepad closed, rubbing his eyes. Winning was his thing, big, loud, undeniable. Clara wasn't about winning, she was about surviving, holding on when the promises ran dry. He'd called that job program last night, told them to move fast, real stuff, no press. Felt good, solid, but it didn't erase her face, tired, waiting, real. We believed you. His chest tightened. Belief, he'd built a career on that, folks trusting him to fix it. Now he wondered who he'd missed. The phone buzzed on the desk, Lila, late as usual. He grabbed it, thumbing the screen. Job folks in WV say thanks, asked for details. Press sniffing around rally girl. What's the play? He stared at it, the words blurring. Press. They'd twist it, Trump caves to protester or some garbage. He typed back. No press, keep it quiet. Tell WV more tomorrow. He hit send, tossing the phone down. Quiet. Weird move for him. Normally he'd blast it, own the story. Not this time. He stood, pacing to the window. The lawn stretched dark and still, the moon cutting through the clouds. Clara's dad came back to him, motel life, barely eating. His own dad flickered and tough, proud, but cracked after bad deals. He'd been a kid then, too busy dreaming big to notice. Should have seen it, he muttered, his breath fogging the glass. Tough doesn't mean unbreakable. A soft knock broke the quiet. Melania leaned in the doorway, robe loose, hair mussed from sleep. Still up, she said, stepping in. Thought you'd crash after last night. Yeah, well, Trump said, turning. Mine's going, Clara, that girl. Keep sticking with me. He nodded at the notepad. Wrote that, don't leave them behind. Feels heavy. Melania walked over, picking it up. Heavy's good, she said, her voice soft. Means it's real. What's it doing to you? Dunno, he said, sinking back into the chair. She said her town's dead, job's gone. Dad's broke. Looked me in the eye. We believed you. Called some folks to fix it, quiet, no noise. Weird, right? Not weird, she said, setting the notepad down. Different, good different. You're hearing her, not just brushing it off. Hearing, he echoed, smirking. Not my thing, talking's me. Always has been. But she didn't yell, just sat there, said it. Now it's in here, he tapped his head, won't leave. Let it stay, she said, sitting on the desk's edge. She's real raw. You don't get that much. What did you tell her? Said her dad reminded me of mine, he said, surprising himself again. Lost stuff, cracked a little. Didn't see it till too late. She got me with that, didn't expect it. Melania nodded, her eyes warm. You don't talk about him, Fred. Sure, but not your dad. She pulled that out means something. Means I'm off, he muttered, rubbing his jaw. Wrote that note, keeps rattling. She said their ghosts forgotten. I don't forget, Melania, I win. Winning's big, she said, leaning in. She's small, her town, her dad. Maybe that's what's off. You're seeing the small stuff now. He grunted, the idea sinking in. Small. He'd built big, towers, campaigns, headlines. Small was details, stuff he glossed over. But Clara's voice, calm, steady, wasn't a detail he could skip. Yeah, he said, half to himself. Maybe. Called M to move fast jobs, real ones. No press, just doing it. That's you, she said, smiling faint. Fixing it, quiet this time. She'd like that real, not loud. Quiet, he said, smirking. Not my style. Talking loud's my game. But she didn't need loud, just needed me to hear. And you did, she said, standing. Sleep on it, let it settle. Your beat. Yeah, he said, watching her head for the door. Night. She slipped out, the room falling still again. He grabbed the notepad, tracing the ink with his thumb. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted in, tugging at something old, something he'd buried under winds and noise. He stood, pacing back to the window. The night was deeper now, the wind softer, the house hushed. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel walls, empty days. Should have seen it, he muttered again, the words heavier this time. Belief, he'd sold it, lived it. Now he wondered who'd believed and got left. The phone buzzed, Lila again. WV folks say they need training funds, quick ask. Press still digging. He typed fast, get M the funds quiet. No press, period. He hit send, setting it down. Quiet. He'd always owned the noise of rallies, tweets, the whole show. Now he was dodging it, letting this simmer under the radar. He sank back into the chair, the notepad in his lap. Clara's face came back, tired, steady, real. We believed you. It wasn't a fight, wasn't a win, just a voice, soft and unshakable, cutting through. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was drifting in, slow and steady, like a tide he couldn't push back. The studies stayed quiet, the night pressing in, and for once, he didn't fill it. No TV, no calls, just him and that note, whispering louder than the rally ever had. He didn't know where it'd go, not yet, but it was there, real and raw, and he wasn't brushing it off. Not this time. The Bedminster kitchen glowed soft under the morning sun, a Tuesday light filtering through the big windows and warming the white counters. Donald Trump sat at the island, a mug of black coffee steaming in his hand, the notepad open beside a plate of untouched toast. Don't leave them behind stared up at him, the ink stark against the paper, Clara's voice still echoing from the rally 2 nights ago. He'd slept some, fitful, restless, but her words stuck, steady and quiet, like a pulse he couldn't shake. Melania moved around the stove, flipping eggs, her robe tied loose. Baron shuffled in, backpack slung over his shoulder, grabbing a banana from the bowl. Morning, he mumbled, peeling it as he leaned against the counter. You're up early, Dad. Yeah, Trump said, sipping the coffee. Couldn't stay down, mine's going. That girl from the rally, Clara, keeps hitting me. Baron raised an eyebrow, chewing slow. The one with the sign? What did she say? Said her town's dead. Trump replied, tapping the notepad. Job's gone. Dad's broke. Looked me in the eye. We believed you. Wrote this, don't leave them behind. Feels big. Big, huh? Barron said, smirking. She got to you, cool. You gonna do something? Doing it, Trump said, smirking back. Called some job folks, told M to move fast, no noise. Weird, right? Me, quiet. Not weird. Melania cut in, sliding eggs onto a plate. Real, good real. She's sticking, you're not brushing it off. Trump grunted, setting the mug down. Yeah, well, it's in there, he tapped his head, won't quit. Said her dad's like mine, cracked a little. Didn't see it back then. Melania turned, leaning against the counter. You don't talk about that, him falling. She pulled it out, means something. Means I'm off, he said, rubbing his jaw. Always been loud, winning, fighting. She didn't yell, just said it. Now it's heavy. Heavy's good, she said, her voice warm. You're hearing it, not just noise. What's next? Dunno, he said, flipping the notepad closed. Told Lila to keep the press out, keep it quiet. Jobs, real ones, starting there. Feels right. Barron nodded, tossing the peel in the trash. Quiet's cool, less yelling. Gotta go, bus is here. He grabbed his bag, heading out, the door thudding shut behind him. Trump watched him go, then turned to Melania. Kid's smart, says I'm not yelling as much. Guess he's right. He is, she said, sliding the plate in front of him. Eat, you look beat. She's changing you, small, but there. Changing. He snorted, picking up a fork. Still me, Donald Trump, winner. Just listening, maybe. Listening's big, she said, smiling faint. You don't do small until now. She's real, keep it. He dug into the eggs, the warmth grounding him. Listening. He'd built a life on talking, shouting, really owning every room. Clara didn't need to shout, just sat there, steady, and it cut through. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was settling, like a weight he didn't mind carrying. The phone buzzed on the counter, Lila, early and sharp. He grabbed it, swiping the screen. WV job folks say trainings moving need more cash, fast. Press, still digging, want a statement? He stared at it, thumb hovering. Press. They'd spin it, always did. He typed back, get M the cash quiet. No press, no statement. He hit send, setting it down. Melania raised an eyebrow, watching. No press again? That's new. Yeah, he said, taking a bite. Keeping it real, no noise, just doing it. Clara didn't need a headline, needed jobs. That's it. Good, she said, pouring her own coffee. Real's rare, you're giving her that. What's next? He shrugged, swallowing. More of this, I guess, quiet stuff. Called M last night, gonna call again today. See what they need. Call who? She asked, sitting across from him. Job folks? West Virginia, he said, leaning back. Asked what it takes, training, funds, real moves. No cameras, no show, just fixing it. She nodded, her eyes steady. That's you, fixing it. But quiet's different, good different. She's in your head. Yeah, he said, smirking. Won't leave her and that damn sign. Said they're ghosts forgotten. I don't forget, Melania, I win. Winning's big, she said, sipping her coffee. She's small, her town, her dad. You're seeing it means something. He grunted, the idea sinking in. Small. He'd always gone big, towers, rallies, the whole deal. Small was details, stuff he handed off. But Clara's voice calm, tired, real, wasn't a detail he could pass. Maybe, he said, half to himself. Told M to move fast, feels good, solid. Solid's right, she said, standing to clear her cup. Keep it, don't let it slip. She'd like that. He nodded, the notepad close. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted back, tugging at something old, something he'd buried under noise. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel life, Empty days. Should have seen it, he muttered, the words slipping out. Melania turned, catching it. You're seeing it now, she said, soft. That's enough, start there. Yeah, he said, finishing the eggs. Starting quiet, but starting. He grabbed the phone, dialing the West Virginia number he'd saved last night. It rang twice, a gruff voice picking up. Yeah? This is Donald Trump, he said, plain. Talked to you last night, jobs, training. What's next? What do you need? The guy paused, stunned. Sir, we're moving on the funds. Need more equipment, teachers. Small towns, lot of folks ready to work, just no tools. Tools, Trump said, jotting it on the notepad. Got it, equipment, teachers. You'll have it by Friday. Anything else? Another pause. Just keep it coming, the guy said, voice thick. We've been waiting, thought nobody cared. Trump's chest tightened. Waiting? We believed you. You're not waiting anymore, he said, firm. I'll call tomorrow, keep me posted. He hung up, no fanfare, no press, just him and a voice on the line. Melania watched, smiling faint. Real, she said, heading upstairs. Keep that too. He leaned back, the notepad in front of him. Don't leave them behind. Clara's face came back, steady, tired, real. He didn't yell, didn't tweet, just sat there, letting it sink in. The quiet wasn't his not yet, but it was growing, and for once he didn't push it away. It was small, raw, and louder than any crowd he'd ever faced. The Trump Tower office buzzed with its usual hum, phones ringing, aides darting in and out, the city's pulse thumping beyond the tinted windows. Donald Trump sat at his desk, the notepad open in front of him. Don't leave them behind scrawled in bold ink. It was Wednesday, mid-morning, the sun cutting sharp angles across Manhattan's skyline. He'd come straight from Bedminster, coffee still bitter on his tongue, Clara's voice and that rally night 2 days back still drifting in his head like a fog he couldn't shake. He leaned back, the leather chair groaning under him. The notepad sat there, a quiet intruder among the stacks of memos and contracts. He'd called West Virginia again this morning, pushed more funds, equipment, real stuff. No press, no noise, just doing it. Felt good, solid, but it didn't quiet her words. My town's dying. You promised jobs. Steady, calm, cutting through the rally's roar. He'd brushed off voices like that before. Tweets, letters, static he tuned out. This one stuck, real and raw, tugging at something he hadn't touched in years. The door swung open, Lila stepping in with her tablet and a coffee cup, her sharp eyes catching him quick. Morning, sir, she said, setting the cup down. You're early, WV folks called. Say it's moving fast. Press still sniffing, what's the play? No play, Trump said, waving her off. Keep it quiet, funds, equipment, done. No press, no statement. That's it. She raised an eyebrow, sitting across. Quiet again? That's 3 times now, new record. What's up? He tapped the notepad, smirking faint. This Clara, rally girl, said her town's dead, job's gone, dad's broke. Wrote that, don't leave them behind. Keeps hitting me. Lila glanced at it, her usual edge softening. She got to you, real stuff. Said that on the phone. WV guy was stunned. What's it doing? Dunno, Trump said, leaning forward. She didn't yell, just sat there, said it. We believed you. Called M to fix it, quiet, no show. Weird, right? Not weird, she said, tapping her tablet. Different, good different. You're hearing her, not delegating it off. What's next? More of this, he said, flipping the notepad closed. Jobs, real ones, fast. No cameras, just doing it. She said they're ghosts forgotten. I don't forget, Lila, I win. Winning's big, she said, smirking. She's small, her town, her dad. You're seeing it means something. He grunted, the idea sinking in. Small. He'd built big, towers, deals, headlines. Small was details, stuff he handed off. But Clara's voice calm, tired, real wasn't a detail he could skip. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Told M to move. Equipment, teachers. Feels solid. Solid's right, she said, scrolling her screen. WV says they're rolling, folks signing up already. Quiet's working, press doesn't even know. Good, he said, sipping the coffee. Keep it that way, no noise, just real. She didn't need a headline, needed jobs. Lila nodded, her eyes steady. Real's rare, you're giving her that. What's next, more calls? Yeah, he said, pulling the phone closer. Gonna check and see what else they need. No show, just fixing it. Fixing, she said, standing. That's you, but Quiet's new. She's in your head, good spot for her. She grabbed her tablet. Need anything? Nah, he said, waving her off. Keep the press out, let me know if WV calls. Will do, she said, heading out. The door clicked shut, leaving him with the hum of the office and that notepad. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted back, tugging at something old, something he'd buried under noise. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel life, empty days. Should have seen it, he muttered, the words slipping out again. He grabbed the phone, dialing the West Virginia number. It rang once, the same gruff voice picking up. Yeah? Trump, he said, plain. How's it going, jobs, training? The guy paused, still stunned. Sir, it's moving. Funds hit, equipment's coming, folks are signing up. Teachers next, small towns, lotta need. Need, Trump said, jotting it down. What else? Don't hold back. Another pause. Transport, the guy said, voice rough. People can't get to sites, buses, vans, something. Been stuck too long. Transport, Trump said, writing fast. Got it, buses, vans, done. You'll have it by Monday. Anything else? Just keep it real, the guy said, thick. We're not used to this. Thought we were gone. Trump's chest tightened. Gone. We believed you. You're not gone, he said, firm. I'll call tomorrow, keep it moving. He hung up, no fanfare, just him and a voice on the line. He leaned back, the notepad close. Clara's face came back, steady, tired, real. He didn't tweet, didn't call the press, just sat there, letting it sink in. The office buzzed around him, softer now, like it was waiting. He flipped the notepad open again, staring at the words. Don't leave them behind. It wasn't a fight, wasn't a win, just a whisper, cutting through years of noise. The door creaked, Mike poking his head in. Hey boss, he said, stepping inside. Lila said you're at it, WV stuff. How's it going? Good, Trump said, nodding. Jobs moving, funds, equipment, buses now. Quiet, no press. Weird, right? Not weird, Mike said, leaning against the wall. Real, good real. That girl, Clara, she's sticking. Yeah, Trump said, smirking faint. Won't quit, her and that sign. Said they're ghosts forgotten. Keeps hitting me. Mike nodded, slow. Hits hard when it's real. My cousin's town, same deal, job's gone. You're doing something, means a lot. Something, Trump muttered, tapping the notepad. She said her dad's like mine, cracked a little. Didn't see it till too late. Now it's in there, he tapped his head, won't leave. Seeing it now, Mike said, his voice steady. That's what counts, small stuff, real stuff. You're good at big, now you're good at this. Trump smirked, rough. Good, huh? Still me winner. Just quieter, maybe. Quieter solid, Mike said, grinning. Keep it, suits you. He headed out, the door clicking shut. Trump leaned back, the notepad in his lap. Don't leave them behind. Clara's voice echoed, soft and unshakable, weaving through the office hum. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was growing, a quiet he didn't fight. The city roared outside, but here, now he let it drift real, raw, and louder than any deal he'd ever closed. The Trump Tower office settled into a late Wednesday hush, the afternoon sun dipping low and casting long shadows across the Manhattan skyline. Donald Trump sat at his desk, the notepad open beside a cooling coffee mug. Don't leave them behind etched in his uneven scrawl. The room was quieter now, fewer aides buzzing, phones on a rare pause, and he didn't mind it. Clara's voice lingered from that rally 3 days back, steady and real, weaving through his thoughts like a thread he couldn't cut. He leaned back, the leather chair creaking soft, his eyes drifting to the notepad. West Virginia was moving funds, equipment, buses now, small steps, real ones, no noise. He'd called them again this morning, pushed for more, kept it under the radar. Felt good, solid, like laying bricks instead of shouting promises. But her words, "My town's dying, you promised jobs," stayed, a quiet echo he couldn't dodge. He'd tuned out stuff like that before: letters, calls, background static. This time, it was front and center, raw and unshakable. The door nudged open, Lila slipping in with her tablet and a stack of papers, her sharp gaze catching him quick. "Hey, sir," she said, setting the stack down. "WV update, buses are a go, training's rolling. Folks are talking, quiet, but words spreading. You good?" "Yeah," Trump said, nodding at the notepad. "Good, a real good." "Clara's still in there," he tapped his head, "won't quit. Keep the press out, let it run quiet." Lila smirked, sitting across. "Quiet's your thing now, 4 times running." "She's sticking. What's she doing to you?" "Dunno," he said, sipping the coffee, cold now. "Said her town's dead, dad's broke, sister's stuck. We believed you. Called to fix it, no show, just doing it. Weird, right?" "Not weird," she said, tapping her screen. "Real, good real." "You're hearing her, not passing it off." "What's next?" "More," he said, flipping the notepad closed. "Jobs, real ones, fast. Transport set, gonna check in tomorrow." She said their ghosts forgotten. "I don't forget, Lila, I win." "Winning's big," she said, her tone steady. "She's small, her town, her family." "You're seeing it means something." He grunted, the idea settling deeper. Small. He'd built big, towers, empires, headlines. Small was details, stuff he glossed over. But Clara's voice, calm, tired, real, wasn't a detail he could skip. "Yeah," he muttered, "maybe." Told to keep moving, feels right, solid. "Solid's it," she said, scrolling. "WV guy says folks are showing up, hope's creeping in. Quiet's working, no press, just results." "Good," he said, setting the mug down. That's what she needed, not noise jobs. "Keep it real, let me know if they call." "Will do," she said, then paused, her eyes flicking to the notepad. "You're different, quieter." She's in there deep. "Quieter." He smirked, rough. "Still me, Donald Trump, winner. Just listening, maybe." "Listening's big," she said, standing. "Real's rare, keep it." "Need anything?" "Nah," he said, waving her off. "Check on WV, keep the press out." "Got it," she said, heading out. The door clicked shut, leaving him with the office hum and that notepad. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted back, tugging at something old, buried under years of noise. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel life, empty days. Should have seen it, he muttered, the words slipping out again, heavier now. He grabbed the phone, dialing West Virginia. It rang twice, the gruff voice picking up. "Yeah? Trump," he said, plain. "How's it going, jobs, buses?" The guy coughed, surprised. "Sir, moving fast. Buses coming Monday. Training's up, folks are working already. Small stuff, but real." "Real," Trump said, jotting it down. "What else? Don't hold back." A pause. "Power," the guy said, voice thick. "Towns need lines fixed. Outages kill us. Been dark too long." "Power," Trump wrote, fast. "Got it, lines, juice, done. You'll have it soon, week, tops. Anything else?" "Just, thanks," the guy said, rough. "Didn't think anybody'd call back. Thought we were done." Trump's chest tightened. "Done. We believed you. You're not done, he said, firm. I'll call tomorrow, keep it rolling. He hung up, no fanfare, just a voice on the line fading out. He leaned back, the notepad close. Clara's face flickered in steady, tired, real. He didn't blast it, didn't call the press, just sat there, letting it sink. The office hummed soft, like it was holding its breath. He flipped the notepad open again, staring at the words. Don't leave them behind. It wasn't a fight, wasn't a win, just a whisper, weaving through the noise he'd lived on. The door creaked, Mike stepping in with a sandwich bag. Lunch, boss, he said, tossing it on the desk. Lila said you're still at it, WV stuff. How's it? Good, Trump said, nodding. Buses, power now quiet, no press. Clara's sticking keeps hitting me. Mike leaned against the wall, smirking. She's got you real stuff. Quiet's growing suits you. Growing, Trump said, smirking back. Still me winner. Just quieter, maybe, said their ghosts forgotten. Won't let that stand. Won't stand, Mike said, nodding slow. My cousin's town, same vibe. Lights out, job's gone. You're doing something, means a lot. Something, Trump muttered, tapping the notepad. She said her dad's like mine, cracked a little. Didn't see it till too late. Now it's in there, he tapped his head, won't quit. Seeing it now, Mike said, steady. That's what counts, small, real. You're good at big, now this. Trump grunted, rough. Good, huh? Told M to fix power, small towns, dark too long. Feels solid. Solid's right, Mike said, grinning. Keep it, quiet's your thing now. Need me? Nah, Trump said, waving him off. Check the car, see you later. Will do, Mike said, heading out. The door clicked shut, the office settling back into its hush. Trump grabbed the sandwich, unwrapping it slow. Don't leave them behind. Clara's voice echoed, soft and real, threading through the day. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was growing, a quiet he didn't push. He took a bite, the city humming beyond the glass. The notepad sat there, a steady weight, and he let it stay, Clara's whisper louder than the skyline's roar. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about hers, dark towns, empty days. Seeing it now, he muttered, echoing Mike, and for once, the noise didn't drown it out. The quiet grew, small and solid, and he didn't fight it, not this time. The Bedminster living room glowed warm under the Wednesday evening light, the sun sinking low and painting the walls with soft gold. Donald Trump sat on the couch, the notepad resting on the coffee table beside a glass of water. Don't leave them behind scrawled in his rough hand. The house hummed quiet, Melania in the kitchen, Baron upstairs tapping away at his laptop, the day's edge softening into night. He leaned back, the cushions sinking under him, Clara's voice from that rally 4 days ago still drifting through his thoughts, steady and real. He sipped the water, cool against his throat, the notepad catching his eye. West Virginia was rolling, buses, power lines now, small towns lighting up. He'd called them again this afternoon, pushed for more, kept it under wraps. No press, no noise, just doing it, brick by brick. Felt solid, good, but her words, my town's dying, you promised jobs stayed, a quiet whisper weaving through the noise he'd lived on. He'd tuned out voices like that before, letters, calls, static he'd shrugged off. This one stuck, raw and unshakable, tugging at something deep. Melania came in, a plate of roast chicken in hand, her sweater loose and soft. Dinner, she said, setting it on the table. You're quiet tonight. Still Clara? Yeah, Trump said, sitting up. She's in there, he tapped his head, won't quit. Wrote that, don't leave them behind. Keeps growing. She sat beside him, her sharp eyes warm. Growing's good, she said, nodding at the notepad. She's real, hitting you deep. What's it doing? Dunno, he said, grabbing a fork. Said her town's dead, dad's broke, sister's stuck. We believed you. Called WV buses, power now. Quiet, no show. Weird, right? Not weird, she said, her voice steady. Real, good real. You're hearing her, not brushing it off. What's next? More, he said, taking a bite. Jobs, real ones, fast. Power's coming, gonna check tomorrow. She said their ghosts forgotten. I don't forget, Melania, I win. Winning's big, she said, leaning back. She's small, her town, her family. You're seeing it means something. He grunted, the idea sinking deeper. Small. He'd built big, towers, campaigns, the whole deal. Small was details, stuff he'd glossed over. But Clara's voice, calm, tired, real, wasn't a detail he could skip. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Told M to fix power, small towns, dark too long. Feels solid. Solid's right, she said, smiling faint. Quiet's growing, you're not fighting it. She'd like that real, not loud. Quiet, he said, smirking rough. Not my thing, talking loud's me. But she didn't yell, just said it. Now it's in there, he tapped his head again, won't leave. Let it stay, she said, her tone warm. Real's rare, you're giving her that. Baron says you're yelling less true. He chuckled, low. Kid's smart, yeah, maybe. She's changing me small, but there. Small's big, she said, standing to grab her own plate. Keep it, don't let it slip. He nodded, the notepad close. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted back, tugging at something old, buried under years of noise. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel life, empty days. Should have seen it, he muttered, the words slipping out again, heavier now. Baron came down, headphones around his neck, grabbing a soda from the fridge. Hey, he said, flopping onto the armchair. You're still on that girl, Clara? Yeah, kid, Trump said, smirking. She's sticking sign and all. Said her town's dead, wrote this, he tapped the notepad. Keeps growing. Cool, Baron said, popping the can. You're quieter, less yelling. Fixing stuff? Yeah, Trump said, nodding. Jobs, buses, power now. Quiet, no press. Weird, right? Not weird, Baron said, shrugging. Real, good real. She got to you, means something. Means I'm off, Trump said, smirking. Always been loud, winning, fighting. She didn't yell, just said it. Now it's heavy. Heavy's good, Baron said, sipping his soda. You're doing stuff, quiet's cool. Grandma'd like it. Grandma? Trump raised an eyebrow, surprised. What's she got to do with it? Dunno, Baron said, grinning. She was quiet, real, like Clara. Prayed a lot, maybe she'd say you're listening now. Trump paused, the fork halfway to his mouth. Listening. His mom, Mary, came back, soft voice at the table, prayers he'd tuned out as a kid. Clara's calm echoed her somehow, steady, real, cutting through. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Smart kid, too smart. Always, Baron said, heading back upstairs. Night, don't stay up. Night, Trump called, watching him go. He turned to Melania, her smile faint but knowing. He's right, she said, sitting again. She's like Mary, quiet, strong. You're hearing it, different now. Different, he echoed, setting the fork down. Still me winner. Just quieter, maybe. She said their ghosts forgotten. Won't let that stand. Won't stand, she said, nodding. You're fixing it, small, real. She'd be proud, Baron, too. He grunted, rough. Proud, huh? Told WV power, buses. Small towns, dark too long. Feels solid. Solid's it, she said, her eyes warm. Quiet's growing suits you. What's next? More calls, he said, leaning back. Check in, see what else. No noise, just doing it. She didn't need loud, needed real. Real's big, she said, standing to clear the plates. Keep that, don't lose it. He nodded, the notepad in his lap. Don't leave them behind. Clara's face flickered in steady, tired, real. He didn't blast it, didn't call the press, just sat there, letting it sink. The living room hummed soft family warmth, no rush, and he let it stay. The phone buzzed on the table. Lila, late check-in. He grabbed it, swiping the screen. WV says powers a go folks thinking you. Quiet still. More towns asking now. He stared at it, thumb hovering. More towns. Ghosts forgotten. He typed back, good, find out what they need. No press, keep it moving. He hit send, setting it down. Melania came back, leaning in the doorway. Still at it, she said, smirking. Sleep soon, you're beat. Yeah, he said, standing. Just growing like you said. Night. He headed upstairs, the notepad in hand, her words lingering, reels big. Baron's door was cracked, the kids' snores drifting out. He paused, peeking in calm, steady, like Clara's voice, like his mom's prayers. Back in his room, he set the notepad on the nightstand, staring at it. Don't leave them behind. The quiet grew, small, solid, real, filling the space he'd always packed with noise. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was there, whispering louder than any rally, and for once, he didn't push it away. It was Clara, his dad, the unheard, and he was listening, step by step. The Bedminster patio basked in a crisp Thursday afternoon, the late October sun slanting low and gilding the lawn with soft light. Donald Trump sat in a cushioned chair, the notepad resting on the table beside a glass of iced tea. Don't leave them behind scrawled in his familiar ink. The breeze rustled the trees, cool and steady, carrying a quiet he didn't fight anymore. 5 days since Clara's voice cut through that rally, and it still lingered, calm, real, weaving through his thoughts like a current he couldn't turn off. He sipped the tea, the ice clinking soft, the notepad a steady weight in his sight. West Virginia was humming, buses rolling, power lines sparking up, small towns waking. He'd called them again this morning, pushed for more, kept it under wraps. No press, no noise, just doing it, step by step. Felt solid, good, like building something that didn't need a spotlight. But her words, my town's dying, you promised jobs stayed, a whisper louder than the winds he'd chased. He'd ignored voices like that before, letters, calls, static he'd tuned out. This one stuck, raw and real, tugging at something he couldn't bury. Melania stepped out, a sweater draped over her shoulders, carrying a plate of fruit. You're out here again, she said, setting it down. Clara still. Yeah, Trump said, nodding at the notepad. She's in there, he tapped his head, won't quit. Wrote that, don't leave them behind. Keep spreading. She sat across, her sharp eyes warm. Spreading's good, she said, picking a grape. She's real, hitting you deep. What's it doing now? Dunno, he said, leaning back. Said her town's dead, dad's broke, sister's stuck. We believed you. Called WV Power, buses, more towns now. Quiet, no show. Weird, right? Not weird, she said, her voice steady. Real, good real. You're hearing her, not brushing it off. What's next? More, he said, sipping the tea. Jobs, real ones, fast. Power's up, gonna check in. She said they're ghosts forgotten. I don't forget, Melania, I win. Winning's big, she said, smiling faint. She's small, her town, her family. You're seeing it means something. He grunted, the idea rooting deeper. Small. He'd built big, towers, campaigns, empires. Small was details, stuff he'd handed off. But Clara's voice, calm, tired, real, wasn't a detail he could skip. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Told Em to keep moving, feel solid, good. Good's it, she said, popping another grape. Quiet, spreading, you're not fighting it. Baron says you're calmer, true. He smirked, rough. Kid sharp? Yeah, maybe. She's changing me small, but there. Small's big, she said, leaning back. Real's rare, keep it. What's growing out there? He nodded at the phone beside the notepad. Lila says more towns. WV's talking, quiet still. No press, just real. Feels right. Right solid, she said, her eyes warm. She'd like that real, not loud. You're different, quieter. Quieter, he echoed, smirking. Still me, Donald Trump, winner. Just listening, maybe. Listening's big, she said, standing to head inside. Don't lose it, suits you. He watched her go, the notepad close. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted back, tugging at something old, buried under noise. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel life, dark days. Should have seen it, he muttered, the words heavy now, steady. The phone buzzed Lila right on time. He swiped it open. WV says power's hitting, more towns asking. Ohio, PA, quiet spreading, press still out. Next, he stared at it, thumb hovering. More towns. Ghosts forgotten. He typed back, good, get what they need. No press, keep it real. He hit send, setting it down. Barron came out, basketball in hand, bouncing it slow. Hey, he said, flopping into a chair. Still Clara. Yeah, kid, Trump said, smirking. She's sticking sign and all. Said her town's dead, wrote this, he tapped the notepad. Keeps growing, more towns now. Cool, Barron said, spinning the ball. You're quieter, fixing stuff. Grandma'd like it. Grandma again? Trump raised an eyebrow, grinning. What's she got to do with it? Dunno, Barron said, shrugging. She was quiet, real, like Clara. Prayed a lot, maybe she'd say you're hearing it. Trump paused, the ball's bounce fading in his ears. Hearing it. His mom, Mary, came back, soft prayers at the table, stuff he'd ignored as a kid. Clara's calm echoed her, steady, real, cutting through. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Smart kid, too smart. Always, Barron said, bouncing the ball again. You calling more? Yeah, Trump said, nodding. WV, Ohio, PA quiet, no noise. She didn't yell, just said it. Now it's big. Big's good, Barron said, standing. Keep it quiet's cool. Gonna shoot hoops night. Night, Trump called, watching him head to the court. The notepad sat there, a steady weight, and he flipped it open again. Don't leave them behind. Clara's face flickered in steady, tired, real. He didn't blast it, didn't call the press, just sat there, letting it sink. The door slid open, Mike stepping out with a soda. Hey boss, he said, leaning on the railing. Lila says it's spreading WV more towns. How's it? Good, Trump said, nodding. Power, buses, Ohio, PA now. Quiet, no press. Clara's sticking keeps growing. Mike smirked, popping the can. Growing, real stuff. Quiet's your thing now, suits you. Growing, Trump said, smirking back. Still me winner. Just quieter, maybe, said their ghosts forgotten. Won't let that stand. Won't stand, Mike said, nodding slow. My cousin's town, same deal. Dark, job's gone. You're doing something, means a lot. Something, Trump muttered, tapping the notepad. She said her dad's like mine, cracked a little. Didn't see it till too late. Now it's in there, he tapped his head, won't quit. Seeing it now, Mike said, steady. That's what counts, small, real. You're good at big, now this. Trump grunted, rough. Good, huh? Told, more towns, real stuff. Feels solid. Solid's right, Mike said, grinning. Keep it, quiet's growing. Need me? Nah, Trump said, waving him off. Check the car, see you tomorrow. Will do, Mike said, heading back in. The patio settled into its hush, the breeze soft, the notepad steady. Don't leave them behind. Clara's voice echoed, real and raw, spreading beyond West Virginia now, Ohio, Pennsylvania, small towns waking up. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was growing, a quiet he didn't push. He leaned back, the tea glass sweating in his hand. The ripple reached out, small, solid, real louder than any rally, and for once, he let it stay. Clara, his dad, the unheard, it was there, whispering, and he was listening, step by step. The Bedminster study glowed dim under a Thursday night lamp, the October dark pressing against the windows like a quiet hand. Donald Trump sat at the desk, the notepad open in front of him. "Don't leave them behind," scrawled in his rough ink. 6 days since Clara's voice broke through that rally, and it still lingered, calm, steady, real, threading through his thoughts like a whisper he couldn't silence. The house was hushed, Melania upstairs, Baron in his room, the day's hum fading into a stillness he didn't push away. He leaned back, the chair creaking soft, his eyes fixed on the notepad. West Virginia was alive, power lines buzzing, buses rolling, jobs waking small towns. Ohio and Pennsylvania were next. Lila had texted this afternoon, more voices asking, quiet spreading. He'd called them all today, pushed for real stuff, training, tools, no noise. Felt solid, good, like laying foundations nobody'd see. But Clara's words, "My town's dying, you promised jobs," stayed, a steady echo cutting through years of noise he'd thrived on. He'd tuned out voices like that before, letters, calls, static he'd ignored. This one stuck, raw and real, tugging at something he couldn't bury. The phone buzzed on the desk, Lila, late as usual. He swiped it open. "OH says training's up. PA wants power too. Quiet's big now, pressed still out. Next." He stared at it, thumb hovering. "Big now. Ghosts forgotten." He typed back, "Good, get what they need. No press, keep it real." He hit send, setting it down. Quiet, his word now, weird as that felt. He'd always owned the noise of rallies, headlines, the whole show. This was different, small and solid, spreading beyond him. He flipped the notepad closed, rubbing his jaw. Clara's face came back, steady, tired, real. "We believed you." He'd called West Virginia again this morning, Ohio too, pushed for more, kept it under wraps. No press, no fanfare, just doing it. Felt right, like fixing something he'd missed. But it wasn't just Clara now, more towns, more voices, a ripple he hadn't planned. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was growing, and he wasn't fighting it. The door creaked, Melania stepping in, a mug of tea in her hand. "Still up," she said, leaning against the frame. "Clara again?" "Yeah," Trump said, nodding at the notepad. "She's in there," he tapped his head, "won't quit. Wrote that, don't leave them behind. Spreading Ohio, PA now." She walked over, setting the mug down. "Spreading's good," she said, her voice warm. "She's real, hitting you deep." "What's it doing?" "Dunno," he said, leaning forward. "Said her town's dead, Dad's broke. We believed you." Called M, power, buses, more towns. Quiet, no show. Weird, right? "Not weird," she said, sitting on the desk's edge. "Real, good real." You're hearing her, not brushing it off. "What's next?" "More," he said, sipping the tea, hers now hot and sharp. "Jobs, real ones, fast. Ohio's up, PA's asking, gonna check in." She said they're ghosts forgotten. "I don't forget, Melania, I win. Winning's big," she said, smiling faint. "She's small, her town, her family." "You're seeing it means something." He grunted, the idea rooting deeper. Small. He'd built big, towers, campaigns, empires. Small was details, stuff he'd glossed over. But Clara's voice, calm, tired, real, wasn't a detail he could skip. "Yeah," he muttered, "maybe." Told Em to keep moving, feel solid, good. "Good's it," she said, her eyes steady. "Quiet's big now, you're not fighting it. Baron says you're calmer, true." He smirked, rough. "Kid sharp? Yeah, maybe. She's changing me small, but there. Small's big," she said, standing. "Real's rare, keep it. What's spreading out there?" He nodded at the phone. "Lila says more towns, Ohio, PA. Quiet's growing, no press, just real." "Feels right." "Right solid," she said, her tone warm. She'd like that real, not loud. "You're different, quieter." "Quieter," he echoed, smirking. Still me. Donald Trump, winner. Just listening, maybe. Listening's big, she said, heading out. Don't lose it, suits you. Sleep soon. Yeah, he said, watching her go. The study settled back into its hush, the notepad a steady weight. Don't leave them behind. Ghosts, her word, drifted in, tugging at something old, buried under noise. He thought about his dad, cracked, quiet, fading. Thought about Clara's motel life, dark days. Should have seen it, he muttered, the words heavy, real. Barron poked his head in, headphones dangling, a soda in hand. Hey, he said, stepping inside. Still Clara. Yeah, kid, Trump said, smirking. She's sticking sign and all. Said her town's dead, wrote this, he tapped the notepad. Spreading, more towns now. Cool, Barron said, flopping into a chair. You're quieter, fixing stuff. Grandma'd like it. Grandma again? Trump raised an eyebrow, grinning. What's she got to do with it? Dunno, Barron said, shrugging. She was quiet, real, like Clara. Prayed a lot, maybe she'd say you're hearing it. Trump paused, the soda's fizz fading in his ears. Hearing it. His mom, Mary, came back, soft prayers he'd tuned out, steady like Clara's voice. Yeah, he muttered, maybe. Smart kid, too smart. Always, Barron said, sipping his soda. You calling more? Yeah, Trump said, nodding. WV, Ohio, PA quiet, no noise. She didn't yell, just said it. Now it's big. Big's good, Barron said, standing. Keep it quiet's cool. Night. Night, Trump called, watching him head out. The notepad sat there, a steady weight, and he flipped it open again. Don't leave them behind. Clara's face flickered in steady, tired, real. He didn't blast it, didn't call the press, just sat there, letting it sink. The phone buzzed, Lila again. He swiped it open. PA says Powers next, OH wants tools. Quiet spreading, more asking. Next. He stared at it, thumb hovering. More asking. Ghosts forgotten. He typed back, good, get what they need. No press, keep it real. He hit send, setting it down. He stood, pacing to the window. The night stretched dark and still, the lawn a quiet sea under the moon. Clara's voice echoed, soft, real, spreading beyond her now, a ripple he didn't control. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was there, growing, and he wasn't fighting it. He grabbed the phone, dialing Ohio this time. It rang once, a tired voice picking up. Yeah? Trump, he said, plain. How's it going, training, jobs? The guy paused, stunned. Sir, moving good. Training's up, need tools, machines. Folks are ready, just been dark. Tools, Trump said, jotting it on the notepad. Got it, machines, done. You'll have it soon, week, tops. Anything else? A pause. Hope, the guy said, rough. Didn't think anybody'd call. Thought we were gone. Trump's chest tightened. Gone. We believed you. You're not gone, he said, firm. I'll call tomorrow, keep it moving. He hung up, no noise, just a voice fading out. He sank back into the chair, the notepad in his lap. Don't leave them behind. The quiet grew, small, solid, real, spreading beyond West Virginia, beyond Clara, a step he hadn't planned. He didn't yell, didn't tweet, just let it stay, louder than any wind, and for once, he was ready to see where it led. The small community center in Harriston, West Virginia, stood weathered under a gray Friday sky, its brick chipped but steady, a faded sign reading Hope Lives Here hanging crooked above the door. Donald Trump stepped out of the SUV, the notepad tucked in his coat pocket, the chill biting through his jacket. 7 days since Clara's voice broke through that rally, and here he was, no press, no entourage, just Mike idling the car behind him. He'd told Lila to keep it quiet, told the team he'd be back by night. Clara's town, her voice had pulled him here, and he wasn't sure why, not all the way. Be quick, boss, Mike called, leaning out the window. Cold as hell out there. Yeah, Trump said, smirking faint. Won't be long, just gotta see it. He headed for the door, the gravel crunching under his shoes, the notepad a steady weight against his chest. Don't leave them behind. Clara's words calm, tired, real had grown, spreading from West Virginia to Ohio, Pennsylvania, a ripple he hadn't planned. He'd called them all this week, pushed for jobs, power, tools, no noise, just real stuff. Felt solid, good, like fixing something he'd missed. But today, he needed to see it, her town, her ghosts. He pushed the door open, stepping into a warm, dim room, wooden floors, folding chairs, a faint smell of coffee and damp coats. About 20 people milled around, workers in flannel, kids with backpacks, a few older folks sipping from paper cups. Eyes turned, murmurs spreading, but no phones snapped pics, no gasps, just quiet looks, curious and worn. A stocky guy with a gray beard stepped up, wiping his hands on a rag. You're him, he said, voice rough. Didn't think you'd come. Trump, he said, nodding. Heard about this place, Clara's town. No cameras, just me. What's going on? The guy Tom, he said, nodded slow. Jobs, training started last week. Power's up, buses running. Folks are working, small, but real. Didn't expect it. Trump glanced around, the room humming soft, people sorting tools, kids drawing at a table, life creeping back. Clara, he said, plain. She told me, said you're dying. Looks alive to me. Tom's mouth tightened, a faint smile breaking through. Was dying still rough, but moving. She got to you, means something. Yeah, Trump said, his voice low. Said your ghosts, forgotten. We believed you. Keep Sticking wrote this, he patted his pocket. Won't let it stand. Tom nodded, steady. She's tough for real. Been here, helping out. You're doing it, quiet, no show. Weird, right? Not weird, Trump said, smirking rough. Real, good real. Been calling WV, Ohio, PA, jobs, power, spreading. She started it. Spreading, Tom said, his eyes warm. Folks talk quiet, but they're thanking you. Didn't think anybody'd hear. Trump's chest tightened. Here. We believed you. You're heard, he said, firm. What else? Don't hold back. Tom paused, rubbing his neck. Heat, he said, rough. Winter's coming, folks need it. Home's still cold. Heat, Trump said, pulling the notepad out, jotting it fast. Got it, done. You'll have it soon, week, tops. Anything else? A pause. Just keep it, Tom said, thick. Didn't think we'd matter. Thought we were gone. Trump nodded, slow. Gone. You're not gone, he said, tucking the notepad back. I'll call tomorrow, keep it moving. He turned, scanning the room, faces, steady, tired, real. No noise, no show, just life, small and solid. A woman stepped up, Clara, denim jacket, her sign nowhere in sight. You came, she said, her voice calm, eyes meeting his. Didn't expect it. Yeah, Trump said, smirking faint. Had to see it, your town. Jobs, power, moving now. You started it. She blinked, surprised. Me? I just said it. You heard means something. Means you're tough, he said, honest. Real, cut through. Wrote this, he patted his pocket again. Don't leave them behind. Keeps growing, more towns now. Clara's mouth softened, a faint smile. Growing good. Didn't think anybody'd listen. Thought we were ghosts. Ghosts, Trump echoed, his voice low. Not anymore, heard you. Said your dad's like mine, cracked a little. Didn't see it till too late. Seeing it now. She nodded, steady. Seeing's big, thank you. Not loud, just real. Yeah, he said, holding out his hand. She shook it, firm, no hesitation. Keep it going, tell me if it stops. Will do, she said, stepping back. He turned, heading out, the room's quiet hum fading behind him. The cold hit hard outside, the sky darkening, but he didn't rush, just stood there, letting it sink in. Harriston, Clara's town, wasn't dying, not today. Mike leaned out the car. Good, he asked, grinning. Yeah, Trump said, sliding in. Real good, saw it. Jobs, power, quiet, but there. Quiet's your thing, Mike said, starting the engine. She's proud, wherever she's at. Trump smirked, rough. Yeah, Clara, Mom, all of them. Let's go home. The car pulled away, Harriston shrinking in the dark, the notepad warm in his pocket. Don't leave them behind. It wasn't a fight, wasn't a win, just a whisper, spreading wide, louder than any rally he'd owned. The ride home was still, the highway stretching dark and steady. His phone buzzed. Melania, back soon? How was it? He typed, good, saw Clara's town. Home by 9, talk then. When they rolled into Bedminster, the house glowed soft, welcoming. Melania met him at the door, Baron behind, controller in hand. You're back, she said, smiling. Harriston, how was it? Real, Trump said, setting the notepad on the counter. Small place, good people, jobs, power, moving. Clara was there, thanked me. Baron looked up, smirking. She's cool, got you quiet. Fixing stuff? Yeah, kid, Trump said, ruffling his hair. More towns spreading. Quiet, no noise, Grandma'd like it. Grandma'd say you're hearing it, Baron said, heading back to his game. Melania smiled, her eyes warm. She's right, she said, stepping close. You're different, quieter, real. Proud her. Clara, us. Quieter, Trump said, pulling her in. Still me winner. Just listening, maybe. Won't let M be ghosts. Good, she said, hugging him tight. Keep it, suits you. The house hummed soft family, warmth, no rush, and he let it stay. The notepad sat there, a quiet weight, Clara's voice holding steady, real and raw. He didn't get it, not all the way, but it was there, a ripple grown wide, and he didn't fight it. And as the noise faded, Donald Trump stood in the quiet, not with every answer, but with ears open to the unheard. What about you? When's the last time a voice broke through your noise, someone small, someone forgotten? Drop it in the comments. What's the one thing you'd want someone to hear from you? Let's keep this going because sometimes the quiet changes everything.